Yes, sir. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Rez Dollar. I'm back with another episode of the GOATed My NBA series. And I ended up simming most of the season after the Rising Stars game. Trey Young won the 3-point contest. I went down to the wire. I think it was him, Tatum, and Luca as the top three. Trey Young had 30, finished with 31 in each of the rounds. Ricky Cruz, I simmed the dunk contest. I didn't see that bullshit because you know how 2K's dunk contest is terrible with the scores and everything. But Ricky Cruz ended up winning that. And the All Star game went down to the wire. I played it and I forgot to record. No, I said I didn't think it was about to be all that tough for whatever reason. So I ended up not recording, and that shit was a good ass game. As you can see right here, Team Zion won by 1 point. They ended up coming back in the fourth quarter. Uh, Rich Mack and Reggie Mack were the spark plugs for that team, and that was the main reason why they came back. Zion was dominating the whole game, but Rich Mack and Reggie Mack, their minutes together, I wonder what their plus minus was. It was a plus. Well, they was up there with the highest plus minus in the game, but they just had the chemistry together and was just dominating. That's the main reason why they ended up winning that game. And when I was playing with Luca, he wasn't doing shit. And John Morant wasn't doing all that. So they ended up getting benched for I ended up closing the game with Trey Young, Reggie Mack. I think Jalen Green was in there because he was playing good. And then Zion and Rich Mack and ended up getting the dub. But on the other side, Tatum went off. I'm not. Look at his stats. He had 9 threes. He was splashing them hoes. I couldn't stop him. Now I'm going to hold you. But after that, just started simming. And I'm about to show y'all the standings right now. We're in the last game of the season. Let me show y'all the standings right now. The playoff race. OKC is going to be the number 1 seed. Pelicans most likely 2. Well, it's going to be 2. The Kings, Nuggets, the Lakers, the Suns. The Jazz climbed all the way to the 7th spot. And this game I'm going to be playing right here. Battle for the 8th spot. They play each other too. So I'm going to be playing that. That's going to be the video today. Other teams that didn't make it, the Sonics, they had a good rise from where they was last year. The Rockets ended up being the most disappointed team this season. I had them in my top 10 going into the year, and that didn't happen. But let's look at the Eastern Conference. Celtics got that number 1 seed. Hornets second. Then we got the Sixers, the Bucks, led by Marquise Allen. Very young squad. Oh, nah, this squad is young. Victor is the oldest player on this squad in the starting 5. And he's 21 years old. And they're the 4th seed. You got the Heat with Donovan Mitchell and Bam. The big 3 are Kyrie, Jalen Green, and Joel Embiid, and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every year. Recently, Jonathan Isaac. 7th spot, you got Trey Young and them boys. 8th spot, they was disappointed in me. I had them. I thought they was about to be one of the best teams. They're the 8th. They got the 8th spot, so they're gonna be playing the Celtics in the first round. So that's gonna be a good matchup. But I thought they was about to be better. And yeah, that means Golden State is the worst team in the league. But let's jump into the game.
Yes, sir. We here. We about to tip off. Battle for the last spot in the Western Conference. And San Antonio wins the tip. We got John Morant swinging it to Xavier Tillman, and lobs it up to John Morant for the slam for the first bucket of the game for them. Zach LaVine for 3, and he knocks it down, the corner 3, and it's a 2-11 lead early for San Antonio right now. Timeout called. Spurs came out to play from the jump. Coming out of the timeout, Luka step back, beats the shot clock, tough bucket. And give me that shit. Nice block by Brandon Clark. John Morant, spin move, tough lay, crafty, nigga. Luka dancing before getting the screen, and he floats it up with the tough bucket. Another pick and roll for Luka. Draws the defense, passes to Brandon Clark for three, and he knocks it down. Good offense by Luka. 14-2 run right now. Swings it to the corner. Otto Porter knocked down. Timeout called out by San Antonio. Now D'Lo, you see Jalen Brunson sagging off, and D'Lo lets it fly for three. Dakari Grant drives to the basket, pump fake, and Otto Porter beats the shot clock. Second three of the game, starting off early off the bench, Otto Porter. And Dakari Grant explodes to the basket and gets the left-handed lay. Now we got Alpan Sengun going to work with the drop hook. Yes, sir. I love the drop hook. Luka Doncic to the basket. He sees Otto Porter again for the corner three. That's 3 threes already in this first quarter. Otto Porter. And now Jalen Brunson said, let me get one. Get you one, Jalen. And just to start off the second quarter, he gets another one. The bench is coming to play for Memphis right now. And Zach LaVine takes it to the rack and throws it down. Now Zach LaVine swings it to Devin Vassell for the corner three. That shit was water. Behind the back by Ja Morant. Fake and DeJounte Murray. That was great defense. Pump fake to Dakari Grant. Zach LaVine playing good D and good defensive possession by the San Antonio Spurs. But now Dakari Grant has the ball. Step back for three. Chopper. Mikal Bridges, great defense. Lockdown on Zach LaVine. Dakari Grant drives, kicks. Knocked down by Devin Vassell. Mikal Bridges. Apologies. But Zach LaVine with the throwdown slam. Blowing right past Mikal Bridges. And they get a double screen, but he rejects it. Oh, spin, half spin, lay. Oh, my God. Zach LaVine. Scoring machine. And John Morant on a fast break goes behind the back. And another behind the back. There is nothing over there. DeJounte Murray and one. John Morant is hyped. 14-point lead. Let's look at that again. Behind the back. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now Luka Doncic with this corner step back three. His patented step back knockdown. Now D'Lo dancing with the ball on Ja Morant. Gets past Ja, and he throws down a two-handed slam. Now you gotta like the video. That's good luck. You don't rarely see D'Lo dunking like that. But Ja Morant trying to get his bucket back. Passed it to Malik Wright, and he knocked down the mid-range. This Memphis Grizzlies squad is deep. But D'Lo pulls it from deep. Chopper. And now Jordan Haskins cuts the lead to single digits. Timeout called by Memphis. D'Lo again letting it fly. Reigning sixth man of the year, D'Angelo Russell, bringing the team back. 19 for Luka at halftime, 16 for Zach LaVine. Let's get the third quarter started. There is nothing over there, DeJounte. Pick and roll, lob, dunk, Xavier Tillman. That's 4 assists right now for Luka Doncic. DeJounte Murray finds Devin Vassell in the corner, and he knew that shit was good. And a great steal by Devin Vassell. And he finishes with the and one with a chance to tie. Ja Morant slashing his way to the basket. Otto Porter again, knocked down. 4 threes for Otto. Maybe they'll get the memo soon. But a nice pass and a reverse slam for Xavier Tillman. Keldon Johnson with the nice body control on that finish. Pump fake. Otto Porter feeling himself, and he knocks it down again. Put on a three-point clinic and a great steal by Jalen Brunson. And he shoots the floater right over D'Lo on a fast break. 10 points for Jalen. Now Luka versus Matisse Thybulle. Step back. That's a bad man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a bad man. Luka Doncic. Let's see that again. Behind the back, creating separation. Step back. Ooh. at the buzzer. Now Mikal Bridges picking up where he left off. Green defense leads to a transition dunk by him. Everybody's eating from Memphis, and Mikal Bridges once again locking up and cooking Zach LaVine. He swings it at Dakari Grant. Dakari Grant lets it go, and it's knocked down, and the team is starting to pull away. It's a 15-point lead. Now another steal by the Memphis Grizzlies. Crossover, two-handed slam, Ja Morant. Now he's starting to get going. He has 16, 5, and 5 right now. Give me that shit. Nice block by Brandon Clark. Ja Morant on a fast break. And he lobs it up. And Dakari Grant throws it right on Devin Vassell. Look at that great stop by Brandon Clark. And Ja Morant lobs it with a poster slam. We got to see that again. Give me that. Ja said, we out, we out. Lob, slam, dummy. Get in the rim. Pick and roll. Ja Morant pulls up right into Dejounte Murray's face. 18-point lead. Another pick and roll. Ja to the rack. And he throws it down. One-handed slam. Switching hands in mid-air. Right over two defenders. And he throws it down again. Ja Morant, 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's going off right now. We got to send the game. It's over. San Antonio didn't want it enough. And they end up winning by 33 points. Ja Morant ended up with 31 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 17 in the fourth quarter. Luka Doncic ended up with 24 and 12 assists. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to the playoffs, and that means the San Antonio Spurs are eliminated. Total team effort from Memphis, 28 from Zach LaVine, 16 for D'Lo. He probably should have got more playing time. It wasn't Dejounte Murray's night, and nobody else really stepped up enough. That's very tough. Show you the team stats. Grizzlies just dominated all around, and we about to go into the awards. Executive of the Year goes to R.J. Waters, whoever the fuck this nigga is. I think he's the Pelicans executive. Chip England of the OKC Thunder, Coach of the Year. They won 57 games. I think that was the best record. Most Improved goes to London Price, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Definitely jumped up in the assist department. He was the sixth man last year for the Celtics. Ended up being the starting point guard this season, and he had a good season, and the Celtics were the number 1 seed, I believe. Bam Adebayo wins Defensive Player of the Year after winning MVP last year. And this stretch by Bam is just incredible. This is an all-time stretch. Just look at his numbers. But now he adds to that. Now he has a Defensive Player of the Year to that resume. Whew, he's climbing up the boards. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Christian Wood. He was traded for Julius Randle in the offseason to New York. Ended up putting 16 and 8. Good numbers by Christian Wood, but the Knicks ended up missing the playoffs, though. So that's tough. Reggie Mack, Rookie of the Year. 26.5 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1.5 blocks on 50, 41, and 80. Incredible. We don't see this very often. Like, this is like a MJ rookie season for Reggie Mack. MVP award goes to Zion Williamson. Zion gets MVP finally again. Averaged 32 and 15 a game and 4 assists. Dominated. Shot 70% from the field, which is a career high for Zion Williamson. Much deserved also because they lost Brandon Ingram and Kyra Lewis during the season, both to a torn MCL. And they ended up the second in the West and ended up winning 56 games. Zion Williamson, 2 MVPs to his name now. Shot 75.5% in a restricted area. But now let's look at the All-NBA teams. First, we got Luka Doncic at the first guard position averaged 27, 9, and 9. Luka had a spectacular season. And then we got Trae Young, 28.5 points and 10 assists. On godly efficiency, 50, 46, and 97. That's probably one of the best true shooting percentages that he probably has. If we take a look at that. Yeah, let's see his true shooting percentage. Where that dude? 68.5%. That's ridiculous. Especially he averaged 28 points on that. Zion Williamson, the MVP, of course, on the forward spot. Cade Cunningham averaged 32, 8, and 8 on 53, 42, and 89. Having a that's oh my god, that's a spectacular season. Bam Adebayo, defensive player of the year, rounding out the first team. Second team, Reggie Mack made the second team All NBA as a rookie. LaMelo Ball averaged 21, 7, and 11. Giannis averaged 27, 14, and 6. And Jason Tatum averaged 29 points. The talent that we have in the league is amazing. And Jokic is the center, averaged 26, 12, and 8, putting up Jokic numbers. Third team, Ja Morant, averaged 26, 5, and 10. So both the Grizzlies boys make it. Jalen Green averaged 29. Ben Simmons 17, 8, and 8 on 65% shooting. Marquise Allen averaged 26, 7, and 5. He's second year, made third team All NBA. Shout out to Marquise Allen. And Karl Anthony Towns averaged 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the key snub was possibly Devin Booker, but it's hard. Hold up. Devin Booker has yet to make an All NBA team. That's one of the surprising things. He is in year 8, year 9, and he hasn't made an All NBA team. Averaged 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists on 50, 41, and 82. Devin Booker is probably one of the best players that we have that's never made an All NBA team, which is shocking to me. Jamal Murray, but he didn't have the wins. Gary Trent, also, he didn't have the wins. Ricky Cruz in his second year, 25, 5, and 9, put up a phenomenal season. And other than that, I think there was no really snubs at the guard position. But there's really 17 other guards that averaged 20-plus points and wasn't selected on an All-NBA team, which is wild to me. So many bucket getters that we got in the league. Just look at this, man. Moving on to the all-defensive teams, we got Tyrese Halliburton. Shout out to Reese. Jaylen Brown also making it. Jonathan Isaac, Bam Adebayo, and Giannis. I flip-flopped their names when I was talking. My bad. But second team, we got DeJounte Murray. And how ironic, Jay Anthony making the second team along with DeJounte Murray. And he is the first rookie since DeJounte Murray to make an all-defensive team as a guard in their rookie season. Jay Anthony, a phenomenal season. Shout out to Jay. Ben Simmons made second team. Patrick Williams, second team. And then James Wiseman making a second team. All rookie teams, we got Reggie Mack, Rich Mack, 25 and 12, runner-up for Rookie of the Year. Shot 70% from the field. Had a Shaq-like rookie year. And he's in the playoffs. You could have made an argument for him. Mo Davis, another bucket getter, averaged 23 as a rookie. Trent Beretta led his team to the playoffs. Well, one of the key factors on the playoff team, averaged 18 and 10 a game on 51 and 44. Danny Tyler averaged 21 a game. Khalif Kingston, Carlton Davis, also on the playoff team. So all these rookies, most of these rookies are all making impacts. So it's good to see. 16 for Carlton. Troy Mack made it, even though they had one of the worst records, but he filled up the stat sheets real good. Would have liked to see him shoot the ball more, but maybe next year. And Jabari Mack was the last one.
Now we're finally in the playoffs. Let's take a look at the bracket on the Western Conference first. We have OKC matching up against the Utah Jazz in the first round. And OKC has a big three of Shea, Giannis, and Kat, and they're out for vengeance after losing in the second round last year. So I got OKC definitely winning in 4 or 5 games. Utah on the other side was a surprise team to make it. I wasn't expecting them to make it. They got a young roster, and Tyler Hero is their best player. So, well, the rookie Trent Brother is definitely probably the best player, but it was a good run for the Utah Jazz, but they going home in the first round. Let's go to the 4-5 matchup in the Western Conference. We got the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Michael Porter is out right now. Let's take a look at his injury that he ended up having. I forgot what it was. Yeah, he tore his meniscus, Michael Porter. So sadly, Denver is going to be missing their second best player. And that's a tough loss for Denver. But just looking at both those teams, Jokic is still an MVP caliber player, and Dane could still play. But just looking at the other side, I like the matchup between Rich Mack as a rookie against Jokic, average 25 and 12, and they still have AD. And the Lakers, if I remember, they have one of the best defenses in the league. So I think the Lakers are going to end up winning this series. And if LeBron could, turn back the clock a little bit, I'm definitely taking LA. Moving on to Sacramento versus Suns, another team that wasn't supposed to be here. Phoenix Suns team led by point guard Carlton Davis, Malik Monk, Jonathan Kuminga, second year Lamar Smith and DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson, Keontae George coming off the bench, and Jaden McDaniels. They got a solid squad, but I like this Sacramento's King squad with the backcourt De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. Jalen Johnson is he's starting this year, and he's still a solid starter right there. Paolo Banchero is still doing his thing. Romeo Houston, good second-year guy, and PG as their sixth man, and they added Dennis Schroeder at the trade deadline. I think I'm definitely going to go with Sacramento as a 3 seed. Probably winning 6 games. Shout out to Phoenix for an amazing season, but I think they're going home early. Moving on to probably the most interesting matchup in the Western Conference, we got the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies ended up getting the 7th seed due to tiebreaker reasons. So now they're playing the Pelicans, the 3-time defending champs New Orleans Pelicans. Lonzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, James Bucknight is out for the Pelicans. That's a key injury for them. But they still have Zion and B.I. is who they really need. And Miles Turner. Pelicans, they still the team to beat, in my opinion. Although OKC has a better record, Pelicans have shown the ability to, turn that thing up in the playoffs. But they're going up against Ja and Luka. This is going to be an exciting first-round matchup. I got the Pelicans winning, but I think they could definitely make it competitive, given the fact that they have 2 superstars. Give me Pelicans in 6. Moving on to the Eastern Conference side, we got the Celtics versus the Washington Wizards. Let's take a look at that. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum going up against Cade Cunningham and Jaden Hardy. I was expecting the Wizards to have a better season than this. They ended up the 8th seed. Cade Cunningham is still one of the best players in the league, putting up a career high 32 points a game on near 50, 40, 90 numbers. And I was expecting more of a leap from Jaden Springer, probably like a more 24-point scorer, but that probably didn't happen since Cade upped his scoring. But I got the Celtics winning. Definitely. Jason Tatum is the best player in this series. Jaylen Brown is probably give Jaden Hardy trouble. So if you could shut out that second guy and the Wizards, their second guy, then it's going to be tough for the Wizards to win this series. And the Celtics showed all year long that they're a better team. 4-5 matchup. We got Danny Tyler, the youngest team in the NBA, the youngest starting 5 in NBA history to make it to the playoffs. Danny Tyler, Caleb Taylor, Marquise Allen, Tevin Wilson, Victor, 21 years or younger. Can you believe that? 21 years or younger. And they all could ball. They all could ball. They're going up against the Orlando Magic with Kyrie, Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, Jonathan Isaac, and Joel Embiid. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of points put up, especially just looking at both backcourt teams and their best guys. Kyrie's going to put on the show as he usually does. Jalen Green going to put on the show. 4-5 matchup. This is going to be a great series. I think it's going to go 7 games. And should I go with the youth or more the experience? Because Kyrie's been there before. Jonathan Isaac's been there before. Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, Joel Embiid's definitely been there before. That's a tough one. Youth or the old heads? Well, not the old heads. They're not that old. But youth or more experience. I think it's gonna be a 7-game series, but give me the experience, man. I seen Kyrie kill too many times in the playoffs. I seen Jalen Green get to it, and if Embiid could dominate the series because he's gonna have the mismatch advantage with Victor. Victor is too skinny. So give me Orlando in 7 games. The 3 versus 6 seed. The Sixers made it to the conference finals last year. They brought back virtually the same roster, but Adrian Sparks ended up being their starting point guard, and he was drafted at 27th pick. And they also added Kobe White off the bench. So that's a good spark right there. They added more scoring, and that's definitely what you need with Ben Simmons because he's probably the best player on the team, but you still need – he's not somebody that's going to constantly give you 20-plus points a game. So you need other scorers to surround him. And they kind of did that, but they're going against the Miami Heat with Tyus Rogers, Donovan Mitchell, Josh Giddey, Precious, and Defensive Player of the Year, Bam Adebayo. Or did he win it? I don't remember. But Bam is that nigga. Donovan Mitchell's added to the team this year. And give me Philly in 6 games. I think Philly's still the better team. Bam and Donovan Mitchell are a good duo, but I feel like they don't have the other surrounding pieces around them to help them win the series. And moving on to the 2 versus 7. Hornets versus the Atlanta Hawks. LaMelo versus Trae Young. I like that matchup. We're going to see who's going to win it. The 2 versus 7. LaMelo and Devin Booker are one of the best backcourts. Top 3, top 4 backcourts in NBA. OG Anunoby, a good defender to complement both of them. Isaiah Blackman having a nice rookie season. 10.5 points a game. Average gave you a block a game. Played 28 minutes on 56%. Jimbo Jackson took off 22 and 11. He's getting better every single game. Jimbo Jackson, one of the most dominant young bigs that we've seen in recent time. Devin Hardaway giving them a spark plug. My dumb ass. PJ Washington, you got him. Pokaseski. So they have a lot of players that can knock down shots on the team. And moving on to the Hawks, they got Trae Young. He's leading the team. They still got the core, Cam Reddish, John Collins, and a yucca around them. Adding Mitchell Robinson to the bench, Cam Thomas. Josh Bridges is their shooting guard. He's more like a 3-and-D. He's more than a 3-and-D, but he's an athletic shooting guard that could play defense and knock down threes. And he can still get to the rack himself. So overall, damn, what was this Hawks team record? They won 45 games. They had a solid squad, but all in all, I think the Hornets are probably going to take care of business and probably win it in 6 games. And that's my first round predictions. We're going to start some in the next video. It's your boy, Reg Dollar. If you like this, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you already know the motto. Be great, don't hate.